Good morning, everybody. How are you? How's everybody going today? Huh? All right. I told you I'm not doing my standard video until I get that fixed, and I have to get it fixed soon because I'm really not liking the stuff I have to watch, these commercials and stuff like that, interrupting music and things like that. It's a real pain in the ass. I have to see what we can do. Although I have enough music where I don't need YouTube, but we'll wait and see. Okay. Now, you've heard the expression of two evils. Well, with Trump, we got the worst of two evils. I don't think Harris would have been a good president, but I voted for it because I just knew what Trump was going to be like. And now we're stuck with the worst of two evils. And there's no way out of this mess. He's delusional. He keeps saying he doesn't care what the voters think. He doesn't care what you think because he can't get reelected. So he's going to make himself look like the greatest president ever, putting all these things up with his face on them around Washington, D.C. And other than being targets for graffiti, and I do hope some of the best artists in the country go to Washington and uh, practice their trade on his stuff. Of course, anything behind the fences uh, of the White House won't be able to be touched. You could launch a few paint bombs in there, I think, though, from paintball guns. You get build a nice big large paintball gun and turn that white monstrosity into a rainbow color thing or something. But he's not functional. He's not doing anything that we want him to, that he was elected to do. He's got us involved in another long-term situation in Iran. And I think the only thing that's scaring him and keeping him from going after Cuba right now is the fact that Miami will get hit. Okay? And if that happens, he's got a problem. That's a public, that's whatever you want to call it, besides being a physical nightmare. It's a huge nightmare for the president of the United States. So, I don't think he's about to do that. Oh, excuse me. Tired. In case you don't realize, I'm sitting here and I'm in a lot of pain. I have a bad back situation going on. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do about that. I have x-rays coming up Wednesday and we'll see what they show. It's on the opposite side it usually is. So that's concern to me. So, yeah, let's get back to what we were talking about. He has made statements. He doesn't care about the midterms because he's not going to be affected by it. But he went and got all the people that were his enemies kicked off the ballot. And now they're guys like Paxton that the Republicans are running against, which is in Texas, which is a possible win, for them. But the way they go about things nowadays, I don't see it happening. I just see them screwing it up this line. I'm not sure where or how, but they'll figure the Democrats will figure a way out of it. The Democrats are somewhat more honest, therefore they're more subject to being stupid, making dumb mistakes, because they have faith in humanity, whereas the Republican Party doesn't have any faith in humanity, and they're doing everything in their power to cheat their way into power again, or to stay in power. So, okay, that felt better. So, who knows? Look at Sleeping Beauty over here. Today's her birthday. She's 6 years old. And my wife is 66. Those numbers come out to 666. That's not a good number. We have to do some. Maybe we change her birthday to tomorrow. But anyhow, she's 6 years old now. Getting a little gray right here. You can see it. It's right about there. She's a wonderful girl. I guess I don't know how she knows my back is bad, but at night, she's never done this before, but she started doing this a couple days ago. She'll climb out of her bed, go around the bed, walk up to my back, right where the area that's the lower back where I have the problem, and she'll lay down and push her body against my back. And she's got a hot body. I mean, she's hot all the time. She generates a lot of heat, and she just leaves it there. And I tell you, it feels so good. And I wake up in the morning, and for a little while, I'm cool. I feel all right. She's till I move the wrong way or something. Uh, she's a great dog. She has the coloring of my first dog, Lucky, that I got from me myself. I had Rusty was my original dog. He was an Irish setter, and he passed away before I really got to know him. I was a baby when that happened, and I adopted Lucky uh, from a meat store. Believe it or not, that's where I got him from, butcher shop. And he was with me for a long time. And then he never came when you called him. And then came one day and he got hit by a car. And I never forgave myself for calling him that day. And I never forgave my father for telling me everything's going to be cool. It wasn't. Um, it was just he was a mess inside. He wasn't going to survive. I don't know. I don't know. I wish he could have. But then again, he was old. He was going to be. I don't know how old he was then. He wasn't a puppy. I don't think anyhow. Well, I keep my eyes on Lucy, but Lucy's got the same coloring and sort of the same disposition. Never comes when you call her, so I don't call her. If she goes across the street, I don't call her. I don't want to stop her. You know. She stopped in the middle of the street the other night when we were crossing the street, and I like, what is wrong with you? I keep trying to tell her, you're black. People don't see you. They don't care. At night they don't care. During the day, baby, they'll care. At night, no. So I don't take her. Usually, don't take her uh, outside the property at night. Usually, just walk around the parking lot. But she's a wonderful dog. Uh, she's not a player. She doesn't like chasing anything. She's except squirrels. That they have to be alive for her to chase it. So I've tried stuffed animal squirrels and everything like that. It just doesn't work. Can't get her to chase it. But well, Antonio was like that. Antonio was my labradoodle. She would only chase it. She would only play tug of war with her blanket. That was the only. Or she'd play catch. She played with the blanket. She loved the blanket. You know, she'd tear the thing to shred. I go get another one. Had to be the same color. And I don't know why they don't know. They don't see colors like we do. So anyhow, you can see her. She knows I'm talking about her, so she's sitting there watching me. And she's all right, right, Lucy? You're a good girl. You're such a good girl. I'm not getting rid of you. What are you looking at me like that for? You're staying with me. I couldn't get along without you right now. So, you know. Anyhow, we were considered. That was interrupting my little speech about the two-faced dumb bastard Trump. I don't know if he's gonna live long enough to visualize any of these things. You know, he's got that fight going on the south lawn of the White House. That's just so bad. Of course, you can't afford to go. Nobody can afford to go there. It's like $1.5 million a seat or something like that. It's just ridiculous money. It's a way for him to generate income because that's not going to the Republican Party. That's going to be his birthday gift. Trust me. He's going to walk out of that thing another $1 billion richer. I really hope nobody shows up for it, but you never know. It's the 4th of July. It's the 250th anniversary of the country. It's the 4th of July. There's going to be millions of people in Washington, D.C., and they'll all be either Republicans or people that just want to see the 250th anniversary of the country, which is, I don't blame anybody about that. Oh, the Justice Department is at it again. E.J. Carroll, the woman that won the lawsuit against Trump for rape and everything, and that he's a convicted rapist because of E.J. Carroll. The Justice Department is now investigating her for the third or fourth time. She won the lawsuit twice. Okay, she got more money the second time. So he's convicted, and now they're investigating her. It's petty bullshit. There's a lot of things that they should be. There's a lot of things that you could blame things on, but that's not one of them. Uh, you know, Picking at her is not a smart thing to do. What's this say? Blaming AI issues. Why am I blaming AI issues? I don't know. I haven't the faintest idea what's going on there. Uh, but anyhow, Trump's spending your money callously. He's not kidding. In the meantime, you can't make money. Uh, and Iran's unearthing this Mistral cache. It's pretty extensive from what they're saying. This is a situation that I don't think we want to be in right now over there. But that's going back to why I said they don't want. He's leaving Cuba alone right now because I think Cuba's only 90 miles away. I mean, they've got drones that can go travel 90 miles one way. And their mission is usually suicidal anyhow. Very few drones ever go back to where they started from. So we'll wait and see there. I wouldn't want to see that. First of all, I don't want Cuba. I mean, it was a point in time, maybe, when it was a nice place and they could have done. Now you're gonna have to build it into a tourist trap, and instead of well, you'll have the same thing that you did when you had Batista. You'll have corruption, and you'll have criminals running all of the resorts and everything like that. They may not be criminals; they may be billionaires, but pretty much that's the same thing nowadays. If you're a billionaire, you're a crook because you just don't play by the same rules I do, folks. It's a shame. I never thought I'd see everything going to shit in a handbag, but it is. I didn't believe there was as much. I knew there was racism, and I knew there was white supremacy going on and stuff like that, but never to the degree that it is. I never thought some of the companies and whatnot that were out there would be involved in that, but they are. And that's because the white people have all the money. You know, you need one of these black countries to discover something extremely valuable, and 90% of the people become billionaires, and then send them over here so that they can shit on all the white billionaires. It's pretty much it. I mean, there's nothing really exciting about this. They do it in the background. They don't care. Uh, they may not be walking up to black people and calling them jungle bunnies and spear chuckers anymore. They're doing it much more subtly, saying, I'm sorry, but your job is no longer viable. Your history. Have a nice day. You know. And then they just say, well, we're not hiring human beings right now. We're hiring AI. So, you know, sorry about that. You know. All right. Anyhow, listen. Do me a favor. Hit that subscribe. Find the button. Hit the subscribe button. I need the I need the help now, especially since I'm doing nothing but live videos. You know, I need to get some people out there. But do check on my posted videos, my pre-recorded videos. If I ever get this problem fixed, I will be back there too. But I will let you know. But just in case I forget, I'm old. I'm very old. All right, folks, that's it. Have a great day. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Take care now.